All right, today is May 1st, 2025. I didn't take any trades today. I couldn't really make sense of. One, I was tired. I don't know. I felt weird, and I didn't feel mentally clear. Right, I just felt like I don't know. Maybe because of lack of sleep, I didn't go to sleep on time. I stayed up a little bit later than needed, and then woke up earlier. So I just felt very off. So I didn't take any trade, and I can tell I was off because I did take a pre 5 to 10 minute nap before the market opened, and then when I opened up the market, I didn't have the charts recording like I usually do. So my morning was slightly off, and I'm thankfully that I was able to not do anything. I just felt like I shouldn't be taking the trade, so I just did not. You can see that the time is 10:52, and the market has already gone up. So we'll talk about this 1052 level. Let's get this out the way. All right. So this should be our thing. Microsoft has earnings, and then it gapped up, and I think Meta had earnings, and it gapped up, puts the whole market up. Later on today, when the market closed, um, Amazon and Apple had earnings, so we can check those out. Let's check those out now to see how that went. Apple and Amazon. All right, so Apple stock is up 5%. They said that, so I guess it was good. Report earnings that beat expectations. Okay, Amazon report earnings that reveal strong retail sales, boosting profit. Oh, okay. I would think that maybe Amazon would have been more or less rocky, but it's still like it's easy to just purchase from there, so it's a pretty damn good company. What is all of this? All right. Anyways, so it looked like the earnings were good. So let's look at the post market. Uh, let's pull this one up. Um, we'll bring this one up, and let's just go to 5 minute current. All right. So let's put this. And what I want is this on. So we're gonna pin that, and we'll do the 30 minute. Why not? All right. So even though they beat earnings, did the market did tumble down? I saw this happening. Nothing I can do about it. Let's go to Amazon. Yep, saw that happening. So even though they beat earnings, the market still dropped. Oh, Microsoft didn't move because Microsoft was gonna hold its ground. Microsoft. Let's see Meta. Meta didn't move either. Meta held its ground. All right, let's see Tesla. Tesla held its ground. Google. Google went up. That one went up. All right, so Amazon went down. Apple went down. Stayed. Kinda stayed. So that's interesting. So the other ones did not move, but Apple and Amazon did nosedive. All right. So that's that. Okay. So let's get out of that and let's go to our video. So, all right. Um, so I'm still recording. Okay. All right. So the market wasn't really giving me anything to really work with. I was looking at maybe this possible NQ level. Price did come down to it on NQ and bounce. Also, VIX came down to the same level and bounce. ES came shy of that level and bounce as well. I'm not looking at anything interested. I did have this level here. Looked. No, I didn't have this level. I had a 1 minute level here at the top for the sell. I was looking for potential short here. As you see, price came to it and basically bulldozed its way through. Came down, and then basically just went right back up. So this was a possible potential entry around this time. Let's go look at it from the tick chart and see if I could find an entry from the tick chart, because that was an actual possible entry for a trade through that level, and that was around 10. That was around 10:30ish. So let's go to the sure, why not? Let's go to the 1 minute, because the 1 minute sell. Let's see if the 1 minute sell is still. It's not gonna work out. Mess that up. I need the other one. Okay. Pull this one here. All right. So it's there or not? I think it's supposed to be this here. All right. I just draw that out like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be that. I think it's supposed to be that. Or is it this one? Possibly this one right here. Because it looks like it was a thin one. I don't think I marked that one because it was very like that. Okay. Alright, so if we look at the chart. Alright, I don't think I marked that one. That one just came in between. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that price moved up, came back down and moved up, right? So let's see if there's anything that sticks out that I could possibly even this here, this push up fall through, which is basically would have been this first wick 945. Maybe the second one is the opening. I feel like this is the first one here. And then we got this one here and it failed. Alright, so something around here. So let's see what that looks like. That look like this peak here, this pink one there. Let's go to the 5 minute and look at it. Minute. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So that's that one right here. That's that peak there. That's the absorption that failed, and we broke through. So we'll see if there's anything inside of this absorption candle, and I'll add Anna into this. All right, we had the absorption right here that failed, and price came back to it. I probably didn't notice it because I'm looking at the universal laying here, looking for something that helps. So that probably wasn't part of my entry. So let's go to that time. Is there anything here that helps? Do we have lack of volume, lack of anything? I don't see anything here really. So if anything, come here, you can see that price is not really moving like I'd want it to. Like the tick charts look very stiff. That's the other thing too. The tick chart just feeling very stiff. Like 20 wasn't good enough. I had to answer like right away. Right, so I needed like something to show that there was something. So I didn't really find interest in low volume. Slow, strong volume. Stronger volume. I didn't find any interest in and then we had 9:45 news and 10 o'clock news. This is 10 o'clock news. All right. So let's go to the let's go down to 15 first and see if anything pops up. All right. So we have that. So this looks a little cleaner. Nice little wick, push down wick. All right. So then it's not giving too much information. I like this one right here. So I could have probably marked this, that, and let's see how we fare off with that. Boom. So looks very clean. Price broke through. Nice pullback. All right. Let's see if there's a trend line there that's being broken. Let's go to the main charts. All right. So the price came down to it very nicely and bought back up. All right. So could have wrote that up. I think 2 should get me to 1. Okay. Now that we have that, let's look if we have a trend line that's being broken. That just goes down. Oh, we do have one. Actually, pretty smooth one here. Boom. Alright, bam. Could have entered this one like that. So we're risking about 7 points to make 23. This is pretty damn good. Right, and then where do we black out at? So like this. I think that's when the mass reversal came. So this is not that bad. Nice little move. Price moved up very nicely. Probably could have found a trend line on here. Yep. Trend line should have came from tick chart. I mean from the main chart. And I think we got the trend line started from down there. This and maybe like that, and it's from the 5-minute chart. Yep, and then could have entered this one probably here as this was breaking or right there, and then stop loss either there, and the thing on the whatchamacallit it was pretty good, and then that's a 36 point drop. But let's go a little further. All right, and now we'll look at these in real time, but on the main tick chart I just remember seeing this popping up. Does look pretty good. I like that the price stayed there and then broke here. This would have been my entry. This is 1120. All right, probably would have had a 7 point stop loss there, and right this bad boy straight down, aiming for those lows for the day. That would have been my aggressive move, and for the low of the day around here, probably right here. Let's see what does that bring us. All right, yeah, that's actually a pretty damn good spot right here. All right, so the buying stepped in, drag it out, and you can see that price goes and hit it. Probably would have looked for an exit here first, and then probably just there. So let's see how that works out. All right, bam, bam, boom. So probably would have been out right here because it did hit this level here. So that's a 32 freaking points. Wow. And that's in 31 minutes. All right, and just holding it, right? So, and then this one here, I see this one worked out. You can see that it works out and move on the tick chart. Something I would want to see. Stop loss would have been at break even. Alright, so then I've been working on a lot, just accepting that hey, price may stop me out. I just want to move to break even, and then just let price ride. Boom. Alright, goal would have been to get out down here. Alright, that would have been my goal from here. This is 32 points. That's awesome. Getting out down here at 37 points, even awesomer. But 31 points and 37 points. Do you really want to risk giving up? It's like 32 points to get this extra 5. right? I'm not gonna get this down here unless I just exit by mistake. Um, this is likely where I probably would exit with 38. That's 6 points. Not worth destroying the count. So 15 times 7, that's 105, right? So keep them under 150. 15 times 20 times 7. 20 times 7, that's 140, right? Well, we're not scaling up yet. We're going to keep it at 3. So 15 times 32, that's 480 bucks. That would have been good, you know. Yes, 20 times 32 is also good. That's, wow, that's a big difference. 640, 480, right? And eventually I will have 50 times this, which is 1,600, right? But also is that, right, which is a lot. So I have to slowly scale up the account, and then create a cushion, and then I can be a little bit more aggressive to play with, because I think risking no more than 75 to 150 for that $2,000 account, right, is important. Right, that gives me about 13 possible trades, and I've been actually been doing about 75 is what I've been risking for the most part. So I just want to give myself more play. So it's about 26 attempts, right? But we're gonna just keep working it. So all right, so this one would have worked out pretty nice. So we'll go into that one here. That one we can actually look at. This one had already played out. This would have been the potential goal to enter here, that, and maybe exit over here. So this is about 5 points to make about 17 points. Is actually pretty good. All right, if we look at the thing, 5 times 15 is 75, and 5 times, sorry, 25, 17 times 17 is 255. That's actually pretty good. Divided by 75 is a 3.4 to 1. All right, and then that's just, I kind of like that trade. It's like just risking about 75 bucks to make 200 or 300 bucks or more than that. That's pretty damn good, right? This right here would have been a killer of a trade, right? Even if it's 5 times 32 would have gave you that. 15 times 32 would have gave you that, right? 10 times 32 would have gave you that. So I really like this move here. So if I'm able to get 4 to 1, and then where I'm risking about the same, that's already about 300 on 2. All right, so yeah, and then this one, what would that look like? All right, so boom, 4 to 1 right there. All right, so this would have been a 4 to 1, no, 3 to 1 trade. This here would have been like, I need to exit. All right, if I had something here, I don't have anything here. I didn't have anything there. All right, but if I had something there, then yes, that would have been the exit. I think eventually we did. All right, so let's play it out, and we're gonna zoom forward. I'll probably play the faster one. All right, see, here we go. We're hitting the high there. You see that we hit that. All right, we hit a top. So then I should just be saying, yo, I need to exit this trade. All right, so at 5674, that should have been my exit, because right now we're at the 5674 area. All right, right there, which is this. All right, so I guess price pushes up a little bit higher, but that should have been like, okay, let's probably exit this trade. We hit the top. There's no other tops around but this one, right? So respect it. So price had one more push up like that, and then that was it. It was done. All right, so that right there would have gotten me out early. Yes, it went up a little bit more. But nonetheless, that's when we started reversing. There goes my trend line. As you can see, it's not matched here, which is not a good sign. We want it to be matched on both sides. So when I draw this, they both need to be outside and just following. All right. I think I drew that afterwards. So that's something I'm going to work on implementing. There goes that line. I wanted to see if this line was going to appear, and it looks like it did. What made it appear? Probably all this buying pressure that came in from that candle right here. Right. All that pressure that came in that failed. So we see that buying, more of a top now, buying coming in. We did get restricted here, and there it goes. Price is being restricted. We can see that we are keeling over here. This looks like it's tired. You get a resistance. Price breaks out of that, but it's not. I don't have the trend line there. As you can see, it didn't reach the side. I don't know when I decided to wake up and fix that, but after that, price is gone. And then I think this is where I'm like, okay, let's fix that. All right, can I get the line? I drew one line. I said, oh, this would have been a nice entry right here. Nice trend line break, because price was just moving up, and it felt like it had no reason to just be moving up. Like price was just moving up by itself, and I couldn't make sense of why it's moving up. There was nothing there pushing it. So, and I just could not fully focus. But there goes the trend line. Not that one. There it is. That one there. Price breaks nicely. So could have entered at the break of that trend line. They all, both of them broke at the same time. We had like a top push, right? Probably would have had to have the stop loss a little higher. That's likely where I would have had it. Let's go back to the chart itself, and let's see how much is that risk. Yeah, 7 points, 8 points. Yeah, 8 points is fine. 8 points is fine. 8 times 15. Yeah, 120. 8 points is fine. All right, so this is me just marking that now, but yeah, that would have been the entry right there. All right, and now let's go to the tick chart and see what it looks like at a lower time frame. Let's go to 15. All right, bam, nice breakout. Right, I love the trend line with the range. I'm really liking this. I'm really digging this. Got a 0 point right here. I'm really liking the trend line with the with both. That actually makes me feel a lot more comfortable to see that like that, and more likely will be something I incorporate a lot more in my trading. All right, so we had that wick. It's a top, and then price breaks out of the trend line right here. All right, this will make it even tighter for about 4 points. All right, so but they will both need to break out. Can I just be one? One breaking out is no good. All right, as you can see, price just struggled to move for a little bit. Eventually, it does slow down, but this does pick up. But like I said, I'd be aiming for that area down here that pushed price up, and would have to just be patient. Because once price decided to pick up, it picked the heck up. Alright, there goes those RSIs popping in. There goes a rejection. I don't see anything here that says get out yet. Alright, and I think that's when we hit the level. Alright, okay. What time is that? 5643. 5643. 5643. Way down here. That's actually pretty damn good. That's what I was trying to get out of the trade. Right, still 32 points. Yeah, got some volume. Would like to see buy volume, but as volume less. Let's see if we do get buy volume, because I think price does go a little lower. We're getting wicks, and then I think that's when we move back up. I think price never went any lower, went any higher. All right, and then this is the market close. Right before the market close, the market started just destroying things. Right, we had this resistance right here. Price barely moved, but it was still enough to trigger a strong drop. Whew, I'm tired. There goes price selling off. Alright, so price eventually does sell off. I'm just working on my patience, I guess. Alright, there goes price selling off right here. Pulls up. 5. I did not expect this to really happen at this time, but I guess as this happened, price was just ready for that. Alright, we had that absorption up here, a sell. Alright, price was just ready for that, and then that's the market close. And the market does move a lot further down. Alright, it just really started ripping lower. Not really caring about anything. There we go, pushing that lower. Eventually I do stop it. I think when I started seeing the curve, and that was it, right? Price started to curve up, and I said, okay, I'm done. It's at 15 or 18. Alright, so that was basically it. So no trade for me today, but I did now sell opportunities that I do want to work on implementing in my next session, because I've seen them work before, and I just have to build confidence in them. Alright, so that's it for me for today.